Hariam Swamiji, you're on mute.
Okay. Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambujanmane Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Graseka Karmane. So, verse number 236. Mayakya kamadenoho Vatso jiveshvara vubhau Yadecham pibadam dvaitam Tat Tatvam Tadvaitameva hi Mayakya kamadenoho Vatsau jiveshvara vubhau Yadecham pibadam dvaitam Tattvam Tadvaivameva hi Tattvam tu Advaitameva hi. In reality, there is only Advaita. But that does not stop anybody from enjoying the Dvaitam. That is the beauty of it. Advaita is never opposed to anything. Because they can clearly see at the relative level, the Jagat is accepted to be present, and the creator of the Jagat is accepted to be present, and the Jiva and the individual who is the sufferer of that is also there. So a person who stands at the platform or at this very nature of Advaita comes to see the play of this Maya. Yadecham pipadam dvaitam. Yadecham, as one enjoys, pipadam, enjoy, drink, like that of the milk that is being drunk by Jiva and Ishvara, who are none other than the Vatsas of Maya. Maya kyaha kamadino Vatso Jiveshvara Sharo Ubau. Jiva and Ishvara, both are created by Maya only. Right? As a Samashti, it's Maya. It is Veshti, it is the Jiva. Samashti in the form of including all living beings, it is the one who is controlling that as though is the Ishvara. And the one who is under the control of the same Maya at the Vyashti level, individual level, is Jiva. And they are none other than, by saying Vatsa, what it means is they are products of Maya. Without Maya, none of them, both of them will cease to be. That's the standpoint of Advaita. If Maya had not been there, there would be neither Jiva nor Ishvara, alone one would be. As it is in the case of a person who is lying down in sleeping, in the dream he creates many living beings, many things, many situations, many experiences. And he himself has become the part of that whole thing also. Until he wakes up, when he comes to know, Advaitameva Satyam. All Advaitam I saw in the dream. Swapnertha Shunye Srijati Swasaktya Manasa eva Kritam Sarvam. Bhoktradi Sarvam Manayeva Sarvam. Manasa Sankalpitameva Sarvam Yatyat Pashyati Swapna Avasthayam. So, once one comes to realize that when he wakes up, he has no problem with the dream. It's a very good dream. He doesn't fight with it. He is not unhappy about it, nor happy about that. I had a wonderful dream. I enjoyed it. So, what's the reality of it? I really suffered the dream. So, what is the reality of that also? So, it charms. Such is the case of a person who has gained the Advaita Drishti. That's why it is said, Tattvam tu Advaitamevahi. Indeed, that is Advaitam. Continuing the next one, 237. Kutastha Brahmano Vedaha Nama Mata Tridenahi Gatakasha Mahakasho Viyujyete Nahi Kvachit Kutastha Brahmano Vedaha Nama Matra Tridenahi Gatakasha Mahakasho Viyujyete Nahi Kvachit. Even a little difference is not there between Jiva and Ishvara. Nahi kvachit vedaha viyujyate. Not even a little difference is associated with Kutastha and Brahmanaha vedaha. Kutastha Jiva. Here the individual Jiva, Kutastha, and Jiva and Brahmanaha Vedaha. The Brahman, Kutastha here to be understood as Jiva, Atman. So Atman in the individual. Now we give the example as what? Gatastha. Gatastha Akasha. Akasha is the space. Now there are three factors that we see in the Gata. Gata is there. Okay. Gata is there. Inside the Gata there is space, right? In the space there is water. In the water there is reflection of space. So the space we are referring to is not the space inside the pot. The space inside the pot in which there is water. In the water there is a reflection of the space, outer space. Similar to Akasha, the space, in there are clouds, there are little bits of water. In the water there is a reflection of space. All right, now this reflection of the space is what is referred as Chidabhasa. And the water is the Antakarana. The pot is the body. But the space inside which accommodates the water and the reflection, that is Kutastha. Atman. Atman, the pot space. The water is Buddhi, Antakarana. The reflection, the put is Chidabhasa, which is the Jivatvam. I am so and so. Now, outside there is space. In the space there are water particles. In the water particle there are reflection. The reflection there, that space is reflected there in all Ishvaraha. But the entire outer space is Brahman. So between the Brahman, the outer space, and this Atman, the inside the pot space, is there any difference? One may say, as far as the Jiva is concerned, it cannot be without Brahman or Atman in this case of inside the pot, and then the water, which is the Antakarana, and in that reflection is the Jiva. So when it is a Kutastha, he says Gatastha. Gatastha Akasha Kutastha. That is Atman. And outer space, that is Maha Akasha Brahman. So here Kutastha Brahmanoho Vedaha Nama Matraha. Rama Matrat Rite. Without the Nama, Nahi. Rite means in the absence of. Nama Matrat Rite, in the absence of the name, Nahi Vedaha. There is no Veda at all. Like Gata Akasha Mahakasho Na Vedaha. How? Nahi Kvachit Vijjate. Not even a little is there. Atma Brahmanoho Vedaha Kinchidapi Nasti. Whereas in the creation, there is apparently limitation associated with Jiva and unlimited power associated with Ishvara because of the upadis. Like that of inside the space, inside the pot space, there is a limited water only. In the limited water, there is a limited reflection. That Jiva is a limited reflection. On the other hand, in the case of the Mahakasha, there are many water particles there. And the many water particles, as though each water particle is expressing the space, which is called the Upadi of the Ishvara, which is coming in the form of many, many huge number of water particles in which he is reflecting. So, of course, the Veda is there in the Upadis, but the essential nature of all that which is Mahakasha and Katakasha, na Vedaha kinchitapi na asti. Therefore, Nama Matrat eva. Vedaha Nama Matrat. Therefore, when you pair the Nama, you should understand Nama Matrat, the Veda. You know, whenever I meet a younger family, you know, I ask them, what is that? Vadama, Vadagalai, Tengalai, everything. I will tell them, Vadangalai. I don't understand what is Vadagalai. Vadagalai is just you, right? Huh? She's confused now.
No. Tengalai, they will have this.
Extra
like
tail.
like
Extra tail will be there.
Yes, bite.
So in center will be there?
Yeah, everything is there. Just the difference is the line.
Only the single line?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all.
I thought that they don't have a central line. Yeah? Okay. So, whether you put it doesn't matter. Both ways are okay only. But then there is so much of, anyway. So, Gata Akasha Mahakasho Vyujyate Nahi Kvachite. There's no difference at all. Yadadvaitam Shrutam Srishte Pragdvetatya Vichopari Pragtadevadya Chopari Muktava Vivrata Maya Ramayatta Kilanjanan Yadadvaidam Srutam Srishte Pragtadvevadya Chopari Muktava Vivrata Maya Brahmayatta Kilanjanan. So this Advaita or this nature of non-dual nature was there even before Prag, Jnana Udayat Prag, or Srishtehe Prag. In the individual, Jnana Udayat Prag, but when it comes to the entire creation, Srishtehe Prag api Advaitam Shrutam. Sadeva Saumya Idamagre Asid. That was from Chandogya Upanishad. That alone was there as pure existence before everything else. Because all the thing that came out of it must be from the one which had nothing else. Bhagavan Krishna very clear. Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham. I gave this very clearly. I alone was there and I alone gave this entire creation in the beginning. So kama yada bahusyam praja yeti. Let me become many. That thought, Sankalpa alone had made the creation. If that is the case, there is only one. Prag, Srishte, Prag. Yet Advaidam Shrutam. Shrutam, Shrutya. From the Shruti we have seen this. Shruti has very clearly has given this. Yet Advaidam Srishte Prag. That alone was there prag tadeva, that alone, adya, today also. And also upari, in the future as well. So in the past also it was Advaitam. In the present also that same thing. In Bhagavatam, that first verse in that Chadushloki Bhagavad, this is what Bhagavan said. I was alone, nobody else was there. Then I have become whatever you see. And at the end, when everything is gone, chalo, I am alone myself. Right? Earlier also I was alone. Before, ahame vasam. Ahame vasam means aham eva awesome. Ahame vasam means I was alone. Ahame vasam, before the beginning of everything. Then now you are seeing everything, that is me. Then everything is the so-called plurality gone, I alone am I. So, yad advaidam shrutam srishtehe prag, tadeva, that alone, adya, today, aduna. Then upari cha, in the future also. So, then what is called mukti? Mukto api. Even as one gets liberated, there is nothing going to change. It is the same non-dual reality alone would be further seen, present, experienced. One comes to realize what has been there, that is continuing to be the same every time. Only now I came to know about it. Earlier also was there, my attention was not on that. Now I come to realize that, oh, even in the beginningless time, I was alone there. Now also and hereafter. So that is the state of mukti, and the mukti is not a new beginning of anything. It is only recognition of what is already eternally present. Muktau api. Then in that mukti state of moksha, what does one understand? Vrita maya brahmayati. This useless maya, vrita, wastefully, brahmayati akilanjana. All people are getting deluded by this, holding on to this maya. See, maya should not be blamed for that. It's not that maya is making you do that. But maya is there, you happen to be under that grip. So like again, the magician is not deluding you. You decided, you paid the money and went there. Let me get deluded. Give me $10 ticket, please. Is he making you do that? You decided to pay money and get deluded. Right? In the same way, that maya is not asking you to do anything. But when we are identified with our mistake of identifying with the body, etc., then it starts affecting. If that identification is not there, it cannot do anything. It is powerless. So two people watching the same movie, one is not participating in that, another one, what's wrong with you? Looking at a plain wall, you are crying. Now what can I say to you? Just a plain wall is there and you are crying on that. Look at that, what is there? So, you have considered that as real, right? And then you get excited over that. Where you look at it, it's only a plain wall. Can you look at a wall and start crying? If you do that, what will be the next condition? They will be sent to next landing point. It will be rehabilitation center, mental rehabilitation center. Something wrong with this person. What? Just sits in front of a black box and starts crying every day, 2-3 hours. What will you do with that person? And every time the box becomes larger and larger only. It's much smaller. Every 5 years it becomes larger and larger and larger. It occupies the entire space. sitting there and crying. So that is the condition of Maya. Maya is not making you do that. Once you make a simple mistake of identifying with something which you are not, it starts the process. Vrita Maya, Brahmayadi Akilanjanan. So Tadeva Adya, that alone is there now. Uparicha, Mukto api. So why is that we seem to be bound then? That is because of our tadapnya, identification, strong identification with the things which are until discovered as false, we will not give up. Interesting thing is, after knowing it's false also we cannot give up because habit. Swabha Prakritim Yanti Bodhani Nigraha Kim Garishyati. What can you do, Swamiji? I cannot stop identifying with that. It is so powerful. Now the next question is, does the liberation or mukti contradict the relative world created by the Maya? The relative world that happens to be seen, will it be contradicted by the state of liberation or the vice versa? Will it that be? Today also we say a Mahatma, when he is in the company of this Kusanga, he is not affected by that. In fact, he would be there present to make sure that they realize that what they are doing is wrong. So here, would there be a contradiction? Evadanti tametepi Brahmyante vidyayatra kim Nayata purvametesham Atra brantera darshanat Ye vadanti tametepi Brahmyante vidyayatra kim Nayata purvametesham atra prantera darshanat. This is an interesting question raised by the Purvapakshi. What is he saying? What is he saying? Ye, those people, atra vadanti. Atra vadanti ittam ete epi. Ye ete, these people also, vadanti. What are they saying? Ittam. Ittam means this is Advaita. There is nothing called Dvaitam here. Even they are seen to be Brahmyante. Seem to be all deluded. There are two versions in this. If you split, in this Panchadashi which I have, it says Brahmyante Vidyaya Atrakim. Right? So, Vidyaya Atrakim. So the question raised by Purvapakshi is, so by what's the use of the knowledge then? Atra kim prayojanam vidyaya. By knowledge, what is the use? If I see even men of wisdom apparently look like as though they are also part of this Maya. They also have likes and dislikes. They may change their way of saying. Do you like, dislike? No, I prefer. Instead of using the word like, which is the raise above raga dvesh. Okay, raise above raga dvesh. So do you like it? Yeah, over the other things, I prefer this. So you don't like it? No, I didn't say that. Oh, you like it? Neither that. But among all, I choose this. So they also have this Maya. So Vidya Atrakim. Why? What knowledge? What have been changed? And na yata purvam edesham atra. So now this is for the answer to that is this. The way they have put it here is, if so, what is the use of realization? The answer is not that. Yata purvam etesham, of these people, like before, atra na brante. Oh, na atra, not the same way. It is not true that in these kind of people who are men of knowledge, the delusion is not the way it was before the dawn of knowledge. Because Brantehe Adarsanat, because they are not seem to be really deluded. They are only part of a relative life, relative world. Because of what? That will be said later. Adarsanat, not seen. What is that not seen? Of them being Branta. Brantehe Adarsanat. So nayata purvam etesham atra brantehe adarsanat. So not like the way they were before. So one Zen master was asked this question. What are you doing now every day? I get up, I sit for meditation, and I have my breakfast, read some important, thoughts of my masters, more meditation, have lunch, rest, get up, meditate, eat dinner, and go to sleep. What were you doing there before? I was getting up, meditating, eating breakfast, read some instructions of the Guru, then again have my lunch, go to take rest and meditate and have my dinner and go to sleep. What is the difference? The difference is now I know that I am not a fool. So earlier one was part of the relative world only, but considering that as true, now I know that it is not true, but that doesn't mean I should get out of it. Continue knowing that it is not true. The freedom is there at all times, and that freedom is gone in me because of the fact that I know whatever happens or whatever is happening, good or bad, not even temporary, it is not there. According to Zen Buddhism, it is total nescience, total absence. So where we say it is merely an appearance. So here, na yata purvam eva etesham matra. Na yata purvam, meaning jnana udayad prag. Before that. Prana udayad purvam. Before that, in the dawn of knowledge, it would be the same as it was before. So atra vidyaya kim, it's a question of this Purvapakshi. Vidyaya Brantihi adarsanat. There is no more Branti. There is no more delusion. Edesham na yata purvam Brantehe atra adarsanat. Because they are not seen to be deluded at all. This. So therefore we should take it as, because some versions say avidyaya. So we have to be, because there is a possibility of pramyante avidyaya kim. So that should not be taken in that. It should be taken as vidyaya only. If you take avidya, then it should be read like this. Avidyaya ye etam ittam ye vadanti iti ittam etaepi brahmyante. Avidyaya brahmyante. Kyun? Atra kim? Why are they out of ignorance? They also talk like anybody else. So that is the question if you want to put avidya there. Avidyaya brahmyante ye ete api, ye vadanti ete api. Even those who are speaking about Advaita also, avidyaya brahmyante. How they are appearing to be as though speaking out of ignorance. Kim? That question is raised, then you say no. Because in them there is no more delusion seen about the world. They are not deluded at all. That's why Bhagavan Krishna asked, you listen to me? Yes. Still delusion is there. So what is the answer? Arjun said, no, 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 my delusion gone. Clearly, natto moha. So there is a clear understanding after listening to this knowledge. What should go away in our mind is delusion. No more considering that as real. All these are all mere appearance, and that appearance do not have any validity, reality at all. Now, continuing that, why is that then such people seem to be acting like anybody else? Aihika mushmika, aihika mushmikas. Is it that? Savaha, okay. Sarvaha, it should be there. The printing mistake is there. Aihika mushmika sarvaha. Samsaro vastavastataha. Nabadi nasti chadvaitam. Ityajnana vinischayaha. Aihika mushmika sarvaha. Samsaro vastavastataha. Nabhadi nasti chadvaitam. Ityajnani nischayah. So the answer to that question is why they are prarabdha vashad only. Due to prarabdha alone, they are continuing to be seen as though part of the world which you and I come to experience. But in their mind, we can never know what their perception is until we reach that point. Now, until we reach that point of understanding, we will not know how they are looking at the world. Undiluted clarity is there, and therefore, whether joys or sorrow, success or failure, and loss or gain, their mind is so steady and clean and equanimous, and that mind cannot be externally exhibited. That's why even Bhagavan Krishna was asked, Siddhaprajnasya ka bhasha, samadhistasya keshava, siddhati kim prabhasheda, kim asida prajeda kim. Even as he is asking that question, the answer what is? Prajahadi yada kaman sarvan partha manogadan atmanevatmana tushtaha. That's very important. He is just enjoying his being there. He is not running away from anything, but he knows that this being not true, my only abidance is in the self. But how do you know? How do you see that person? How can you see that person and know it? It's a karna constantly. It's not necessary for a person to exhibit, express it outside. So until we reach the point of such understanding, we cannot recognize that. So now, therefore, he says, prarabdha vashadhi drishyate brahmayan iva. As though they are also deluded in this way, you see them, but really speaking, na brahmyante, they are not deluded at all because of that dawn of knowledge. Now, when they say about Advaita, the Purvapakshi starts another line of questions. Aihika amushmika sarvaha samsaraha vastavaha. See, we go by what is being experienced by us. What is being experienced as? Aihika here. Amushmika hereafter. Sarvaha samsaraha, all these samsaras are vastavaha, is true. This is the standpoint of an ajnani. What does he say? Because until I see, I don't believe. Advaita mein dekh nahi sakta hu. Dvaita I can see. Don't we see that? A is not B, B is not this, C is not D. And me is not you, you are not he. So I can see all Dvaitam. I am not God, God is different from me, every God is different from each other. Every religion is different from each other, and dog, and then cat, and animals different from birds, birds are different from plants are different. Only Dvaitam I see. Therefore, Aihika, either in this world, Amushmika, hereafter, Sarvaha, everything, whether it is in this world or the hereafter, Sarvaha Samsaraha Vastavaha. Tataha Nabhati Advaitam Nabhati. I don't see Advaita. Na asti. Both. Dikhta nahi hai. Hai hi nahi. Neither I can see it, nor it is really there. Nabhati nasti iti cha advaitam iti ajnani vinischaya. This is how an ajnani is determination, decision, thought process. So our decisions are based upon what we think, right? How we think is what decides us. How do you decide anything in our life? Nishchitam, nishchaya, of any kind of decision, how do you make? Based upon what your thoughts are. As Bhagavan Krishna said in Gita, Yo yashraddha sayeva saha. Where your shraddha is, there will be your thought. And that's what you will be. So what mind is going to consider as real or is feeling as faithful to, that alone will influence your decision. I have faith in this, and you go in that direction. So here we see Advaita is not seen, Advaita is not there. In that way, a person has determined in the mind, then what does he see? Whatever he sees is true. Ahiyahika, amushmika, asmin, sarvaha, samsaraha, vastavaha. This is the standpoint of a Ajnani. All right. So many of us think, I think he's right, because we see only plurality. Good, bad, right, wrong, all these people that are around us. How many of them, even in this today, in the world where we are, would talk about Advaitam? Everybody talks about only differences all the time. And we also experience that only all the time. And because of which alone we are subject to suffering, subject to all kind of ups and downs, stress. And so Amiji, I am very stressed about what? About that which is false. They won't accept that way. Which is really happening, I am stressed out of that. If you tell him that is not true, I am stressed more. Because you are also saying that. You are saying that it is not there. That makes me more stressed. After studying Vedanta, I am telling him, more stress has come to me. Because I know it is not true, but still I am suffering. That's a major problem, right? If I don't know and I am suffering, I understand. Everybody does that. But I know that and then I am suffering. It's more troublesome. That is why when they say that when I go from the class and then I go back, and when I get angry, my wife says, क्या है वो? अद्वैत पढ़ लिया और फिर भी गुस्सा हो रहा. You have studied Advaita and then also गुस्सा. क्यों? इसके बारे में बहुत गुस्सा आता है. I get more stressed out of this. So, what to do? So here, answer to that is Jnaninam viparitosmat निश्चयः सम्यगीक्षते स्वस्वनिश्चयतो बद्धः मुक्तोऽहं चेति मन्यते ज्ञानिनां विपरीतोऽस्मात् निश्चयः सम्यगीक्ष्यते स्वस्वनिश्चयतो बद्धः मुक्तोऽहं चेति मन्यते ज्ञानिनः विपरीतः अस्मात् विपरीतः. From this they are different. Ajnanins, those who think that this world, whatever is seen, is dual and they are real, there is no real presence of Advaita, nor it can be seen. So why should I believe in that which is not there and that which is not even seen? How can I believe in that? So this is the standpoint and decision of a Ajnani. Whereas a Jnani would be totally different from that. Jnaninaha, Nishchayaha, Viparitaha. Whereas a decision that they have taken, the determination that a Jnani has is Viparitaha. E, in the very word is very interesting. E means to go. If you want to say in Sanskrit, E means go. So such a small word, easy word, E. Like Vietnamese last names. Li, Lu, Wo, like that. You can have E. What do you mean by that? Go. Ita is gone. Ita means gone. Pari-ita, gone for good. Completely gone. Pari means all around. Pari-ita. Viparita. That's opposite, not gone. So there's the opposite of a thing. So contradiction. So viparitaha asmat viparitaha. Asmat nischayat viparitaha. Jnanina ajnaninam nischayat viparitaha jnaninam nischayah. The decision of the jnanis are totally different from, contradictory to, the decision of the ignorant. And samyakikshate, they clearly see it. What is seen in their own attitude towards the world is seen. Samyakikshate. Everyone will look at the world according to their own perception. Swaswas nischayataha baddaha ikshate. Whereas in the case of Jnani, it says muktaham cheti manyate. Whereas a man of knowledge, as much as a Jnani would say aham baddaha, whereas Jnani would say aham mukta. The same world in which one is suffering the duality, the other one is says, I'm completely free from this. The world has not become different, but the perception based upon their decision has changed. So then essentially, Vedanta Shravanam Tata Mananam should lead to that determination, that Sthita Prajna. That is why I said Sthita means steady, Prajna, awareness. So continuous steady awareness of the fact that there is no other than one's own true nature and everything else appear to be there. Even as they appear to be there, their reality is not there, and therefore what they bring out as an effect is also not true. Joy, sorrow, etc. We cannot say sorrow is true, joy is not. Or joy is true, sorrow is not there. वो भी गलत है. You cannot say one aspect is correct and another is not. Because the coin has both sides. If you accept one side, you have to accept the other side also. And what we say, Sukha karta, dukha harta, vata, vigna. This is our problem. But if sukha do, dukha de chhod do, dukha nikha do. Bhagavan smiles. Ye chahiye to wo bhi chahiye. Is that one Buy one, two free. Get one free. Buy one, get one free. Which one you want? दुख चाहिए तो सुख भी मिलेगा. सुख मिल जाएगा, दुख में. Bhagavan is always, very, 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 dayalu. एक चाहिए तो दो दे दूंगा. I will give two. One, actually, you don't need to pay at all. Just give free. So, one side you want, other side also will come. Head want, I don't want tail. No. साथ ही जाएगा. So here, whereas Jnani would say, Aham Muktaha. Swa Nischayataha Baddhaha. Everybody is bound by their own decision. According to your faith, they are free or fettered according to their own conviction. Swaswas Nichayaha Bhaktaha Muktaha Aham Chayati Manyate. So Jnanihi Aham Muktaha Iti Manyate. Ajnanihi Aham Baddhaha Iti Manyate. Swaswa Nichayataha Manyate. Prajamate, this is Panchamaha. Swaswa Nichayataha means Nichayat Manyate. So, continuing, Nadvaidam aparoksham chet Nachit rupena basanat Asheshena nabhadam chet Dvaitam kim basate kilam Nadvaitam aparoksham chet Nachit rupena basanat Asheshena nabhatam chet Dvaitam kim basate kilam. If you argue chet, in case if you argue Advaitam aparoksham, so Advaitam aparoksham, the Dvaitins hold the view Advaitam is not, earlier what he says, nabadi na asti. Right? This Ajnani concludes that nabadi na asti. Because Advaitam aparoksham. No, meaning in this we have to be very careful when you are reading it correctly. Aparoksha means here he is referring to aprathyaksham iti. Here aparoksham here to be understood as, of course we easily will accept that only, aparoksham eva. Atma aparoksham eva. But from his standpoint, what he means by aparoksham is na pratyaksham. Pratyaksham na iti chet, we say na. So that's why we understand. Na, come on. Advaitam aparoksham iti chet. The answer to that is starting from na. That should be correctly understood. Na advait, na opposition. No, nanubai. Na, it starts with that. Advaitam aparoksham chet. No, it is not true, because you are saying that by merely mentally conditioning oneself as saying aham moksha, aham moksha does not mean it will, because it is not, it's only a mental mere conditioning, because what you see is Dvaitam. How can you, when your mind merely think you are Advaita, you are saying that you are Muktaha? You cannot. Because in reality, that Advaita is not Pratyaksham. It is not perceptible. If you say that, we say no. Why? Na chitrupena basanat. It is always in the form of consciousness within you. If you say it does not seen, Advaita is not seen, you see it. Where? In your own self as your own awareness. Is it not? And that awareness devoid of the upadhis is the same in everyone. When you say I, the I that you are referring to, really speaking, is the same I you are referring to is what other person refers to also. I also refer to the same thing. All other living beings also are referring to the same I, awareness alone, but they do not recognize, they are realize they are stating the same I as the awareness, but they always associate with the upadhis. And therefore, from the standpoint of upadhis, obviously, I am so different from the you. But whereas when they remove the upadhis and understand what is that awareness, they recognize that Chitrupa which is there in me, the nature of consciousness is same in all of them. Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam mena chara charam tat padam darshitam. Why do you put the word darshitam there? Darshanat. Darshana means here seen, known, aware. In every word, tatpadam darshitam, tatpadam darshitam. So who? The Guru shows here, here, here. Then he will say aparoksham. He will say aparoksham, but then a different standpoint. He is not talking about aprathyaksham. He will say aparoksham. It cannot be seen from any external aspects. Apara aksham. It is immediate. One's own. No need for anything else. Even if you are blind, you will see it. Even if you are deaf, you will know it. Even if you are mute, you will know it. Chakshusha chakshu. Chakshu nahi hai bhai. Chakshusha chakshu. Shrotrasya shrotam. मैं deaf हूँ. Shrotrasya shrotam. मन नहीं है. So manaso mana hai. So na advaitam aparoksham chet na chitrupena vasanat. It is seen as your own pure consciousness. Now, again doubt. Okay. Asheshena nabatam. I cannot see it exclusively. Chet. If we again question, say, no, I cannot see it exclusively or completely. It's always associated with upadhis. I cannot see it without the upadhis, without the body or without the mind, without the thoughts, without the feeling. I just cannot see it exclusively and in its own full nature. So, if you ask that question, that's what it says. Aseshena nabadam chet. Now, a counter question. So, the Vedanta says, you keep asking. And let me ask one question to you. Kim basate akilam? Dvaitam kim basate? If you say Dvaitam is seen by you, tell me what is the Dvaitam you're seeing? The world. Okay, just let us ask this question. How do you see the world? What are you asking? I cannot answer now, next week only. But but counter question is important because you keep asking me question, me become the different now. Let me ask the question. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kasyat dukkha bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.